Combat in RimWorld is boring, so I'm gonna show you 25 mods that make it a lot more immersive and satisfying. Melee animation adds smooth animations to melee combat and introduces new mechanics such as executions, duels, lassos and unique skills. Blood animations is a cosmetic mod that makes the combat a bit more bloody. Hand to hand is another melee mod that adds some cool martial arts style melee abilities that can be used to knock out enemies. Plus, it's compatible with the next mod on my list. Everyone's favorite mod completely overhauls combat, introducing new shooting and melee mechanics, an inventory system, and a rebalanced health system. You know this is about Combat Extended, so I won't say much about it. In short, it makes combat more realistic, with one of its main features being the addition of various ammo types. If Combat Extended is too much for you, RimWorld's Combat is a simpler combat overhaul mod. Like Combat Extended, it makes shooting a lot more satisfying and ensures that low-tech weapons won't penetrate power armor. It also adds ammo, but in a much more simplified way. You can change a lot of stuff in the mod options. Vanilla Combat Reloaded improves the shooting, melee and armor systems without being too overwhelming. This one doesn't add any ammo, so it's great if you want to stay closer to the vanilla experience. It also patches some vanilla apparel. For example, your colonists can now use a gun link and a helmet at the same time. Run and gun allows drafted colonists and NPC pawns to shoot while moving. Dual wield allows pawns to dual wield weapons, and it works with run and gun. Simple sidearms lets your colonists carry multiple weapons in their inventory. They'll switch between weapons as needed, using ranged weapons for ranged combat and melee weapons when enemies get too close. For a simpler alternative, consider Pocket Sand. It doesn't include automatic weapon switching, so you'll need to change weapons manually. With holsters, you can see every colonist's weapons displayed on their back or belt, and with Show Me Your Hands, you can see colonists' little hands holding the equipped weapon. Combat AI 5000 is a great mod if you want to make RimWorld combat more tactical. It makes raiders smarter and much more difficult to deal with. They'll avoid rushing blindly into your kill box, take cover and even do tactical retreats. Plus, you can enable Fog of War. If the colonists can see it, you can see it either. Careful Raids is another killbox killer mod, but it's much simpler. It makes raiders avoid areas where one of their own has died. Layered Wall Destruction changes wall damage so that when a raider destroys a wall, it doesn't disappear completely. Instead, the wall becomes a weaker version of itself, creating chaotic bunkers and passageways within your rooms. Ragdoll Physics add physics to explosions, sending pawns and objects flying. If you wanna see more of these explosions, Dynamic Weapon Cooldown makes weapon cooldown depend on manipulation skill, so your Archotech dragged up super soldier will be able to toss grenades like crazy. If you own royalty, Vanilla Psychest Expanded adds a bunch of noob psychests that can be used in combat. With Giddy Up, both your colonists and NPC pawns can mount animals in battles. They can shoot and melee, and the animals can fight too. Vanilla Vehicles Expanded adds cars, boats, airplanes, and even functional tanks, which of course can be used in combat. For a bit of rim crimes, Biological Warfare lets you weaponize diseases, and Dubs Rim Atomics adds nuclear weapons. Gunplay adds more cinematic effects to weapons, enhancing the visual experience. Muzzle Flash adds flame effects to gun muzzles and lightning effects to charge weapons. Lastly, we have realistic human sounds. This mod adds pain and death sounds to most pawns, making your battles sound more realistic and painful. You can find all the mods listed in the description. Subscribe so you don't miss any future mod lists, and watch this video next so I can make it big on YouTube.